local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Bellows Falls and Keene, and welcome to the feed. It's Mike and Marty. It's October 4th. We're here with Jennifer from Parks Place today. We're going to have some exciting programs to talk about and new things going on. But first, Marty with local events.
So, at the Bellows Falls Opera House, starting on Friday and going through Tuesday, except for Saturday, and I don't actually have the actual image for it yet because I couldn't find an image this morning. It's the Equalizer.
Equalizer 3.
Equalizer 3, right? Equalizer 3, which I don't have the image,
kind of movie.
but I can tell you, I've seen it.
You have?
I have. It was great. I'm a huge Equalizer fan, and I'm sad to say that I think the way that this one played out,
This might be the last in the series.
It's set in Italy, and he's maybe not going to be making any more Equalizer movies. I'll just leave it at that.
So, on Equalizing.
I know, very sad. The classic movie is Waiting for Guffman, which I think is pretty much a cult classic.
I think so,
I think
too.
so too. I don't know. I've heard of it. I don't know that much about it. And then there's a special.
It's by the lead guitar player for Spinal Tap. So
it's
got to
be
it's a
there we go.
A spin-off on a cult movie.
There we go. And there's also an additional movie that you'll see. There's an additional movie. They're showing Waiting for Guffman first. Then they're screening a movie called Who Am I This Time? It's a short film starring Susan Sarandon and Christopher Walken. And both of these films are Eva Blake House is paying tribute to Bill Lockwood. So these movies are in honor of Bill Lockwood, who loved the written word and loved the spoken word and acted in many plays and readings and things. So that's happening this Wednesday. And I'm frustrating Alex because I jumped around, but on Saturday, October 7th, there are two movies. So the Equalizer is not playing, but there are two movies. There's it's an independent film, a couple of independent film movies called The Farm Boy, and then there's at 2:00, and then there's a documentary happening at 7:00. So
and I see that Alex has a show up on Fact about interviewing the person who wrote the Farm Boy. So if you
great,
check
perfect.
the website and see that too.
Perfect, and there's a great connection there. Okay, now I'm back on track with Flannel Festival updates. So, remember we've been talking, are the witches, this has been the news here at Fact TV, are the witches actually coming to the Flannel Festival to do their thing?
Are they?
Are.
Oh, great. They
Yes.
were a lot of fun last year.
They were a hoot last year. So again, the Flannel Festival happens on Saturday, October 14th and Sunday, October 15th. It's up at the Rockingham Hill Farm. It's a great fundraiser for the Chamber of Commerce, and it's just fun, and they're actually billing it this year as Wicked Good Time.
Yes, I saw
Yes.
that. That's the new tagline. There's some weird stuff going on Facebook. I saw that there was somebody put up a spoof event saying it was on the 13th instead of the 14th. I don't know what's going on with that. But I saw that somebody did that for the Festival of Lights too. They put a
spoofed
wrong
it?
date. Yeah.
That's just mean.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
Try to get things going, and anyway, we digress.
Yes,
You
we
wanna
do.
talk about the lager
We're
first while we're
yes.
talking about events that happen at the Opera House.
Oh, so many fun things going on. But we are very excited that we have Rusty DeWeese, the logger, coming to perform for Parks Place on November 4th. Yes,
really gonna
we
be
are
cool.
very excited. I was actually on YouTube this morning watching clips, and I was just laughing away all by myself in my office. So if you've never seen him, I highly suggest to check out his website. There's clips there, or you can go on YouTube like I did and search him. But he's very, very funny.
And it's a family friendly show, right?
Yes,
Because he says mild cussing.
Mild cussing is
mild
what I
cussing.
heard. Yes, and I believe when he came to the Opera House a few years ago, you saw a variety of age groups. So there is some mild cussing, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a fun time.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And you have some sponsors?
We do. We definitely would like to thank our sponsors. We have quite a few, actually. 103.7 Canny FM, Mascoma Bank, Savings Bank of Walpole, Silver Forest, the local Moose Club, Chow Popolos, the Village Square Booksellers, Halliday's Harvest Barn, Edward Jones, J&H, M&T Bank, and Greater Falls Insurance. So
Nice.
we're very lucky
That's
to
a,
have
that's a
them
nice,
support us.
supportive smattering of community
Absolutely.
people that always those names are always seen as sponsors for local
Yeah,
events.
really
So shout
nice.
out
Yes.
shout out to all of those people that do on a regular level sponsor things that happen here in town, because you can't always put on events if you don't have the sponsors, because you never
Yeah.
know how the events are going
Absolutely.
to turn out. So you need those sponsors to help
Yes.
you out with that.
And we are very thankful because most people that we reach out to, they understand and they know what Parks Place does for the community. So they're always willing to step right up and help us.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that.
That's great. And not only that, you guys are both associated with the Opera House, and the Opera House is really stepping it up. Boy, I can't believe it.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're trying to do. I think we talked a little bit about this last week. They're trying to get to the level where there's 2 events a month at the Opera House,
Yep.
2 events that are non-movie, and that's a pretty ambitious.
It is, yeah.
That's a lot.
But you're
of,
pulling it off. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really, and really nice events. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
and events that then turn around and
Support the community.
support the community,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of the nice little circle
Yeah.
that happens. So, tell us just briefly for the folks that maybe are new to Parks Place, what you do, and then some of the new things that you have going on.
Sure. I just want to say you can get tickets at the BellsFallsOperaHouse.com website. So get your tickets. I'm sure that they will be going pretty fast. I know that last time we came, I believe we were close to selling out, and we don't have the balcony open for this. So that means that there's even less seating available. So get your tickets there. And so Parks Place, if you're new to Parks Place or you're new to the area, we provide a space for services, supports to come together and help out families, individuals in this community. So what that looks like is building programs, bringing other services into town that may not be accessible to individuals if you don't have a vehicle or if you need to get to Brattleboro or Springfield, because we all know that those are the hubs. We try to bring them into our community here. So, and as far as in-house services, we have a diaper bank, which I'll talk about in a little while, but we offer a diaper bank. We have in-house services, faxing, printing, scanning, copying, anything you need. There's no charge. We also have, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on what.
I was going to say, you sort of coach people on computers, too,
Yes,
right?
yes, we have a computer lab available. So if you have a meeting, an online meeting, or if you do therapy online, you can use those spaces
Or
as
jo-
well.
like job interviews
Job
too?
interviews,
Yeah,
yep,
that's great.
absolutely. And yeah, I mean, come on in, meet with us, sit down, we'll give you a tour. So we always welcome that as well.
Interesting, because I thought about that. I thought about when we were talking about services. If you're in a place where, you can't, you don't have a car, you can't get somewhere, you don't have a computer or some way to do like a online job interview that would maybe give you the income to get. It becomes kind of a vicious spiral.
Absolutely.
Yet you have all this in one location and one very easily accessible. It's within walking distance from most of the town. You can
Yeah.
walk to School Street. How many people do you see? Like through the? Do you keep stats on that? This is strictly a curiosity.
Yeah,
question.
no, we do. And actually, that's a good segue. We'd love to have people join our newsletter. We also just released our annual report every year. So that gives you a good sense of how many people we see a year. But we average anywhere between like 3,300 to 3,600 people a year.
It's a lot of people for a town that has how many people in it?
Right. So we cover Bellas Falls, Rockingham,
Yeah.
Saxons River. So we cover those areas as well. But
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I was thinking on the other side of the equation, you really provide a place for the providers, too.
Yes.
Because they're not going to put
Right.
an office in Bellas Falls
Right.
and rent a space. If where you guys, it's all right there. You can do it, and it's sort of scalable so that they can get their services out there.
Absolutely.
So it works both ways.
Absolutely. So, my notes here. So yeah, I mean, we are very lucky to have our providers that we call them tenants. So they rent spaces from us. For example, we have Greater Falls Connections, who's been there for a very long time, and they're doing some amazing programs. So they are having a free computer skills training for the workplace. That's happening at Parks Place. So if you want more information, please call. They're also doing a coffee time every Thursday from 10 to 11.
Nice.
Yeah. So in our play group, we have a play group that we collaborate with Greater Falls, Springfield Area Parent Child Center, and the library. That happens at the library on Friday mornings. And then October 12th, from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, we have our free family dinner. That's going to happen every second Tuesday, I think, of the month. Or Thursday, every second Thursday. So we do a lot of fun things.
Elaborate on the family dinner. What does it encompass?
Yeah, so we're going to offer a family dinner, and then there'll also be childcare. So that's available. So the parents can have time to talk, do a craft, listen to a speaker, and then the kids can have time to play.
Oh, neat.
So we're very excited about that.
So you definitely, in addition to the things that you do, there's a lot of tenants within your building, like Greater Falls Connections, that do a lot of stuff, and then you partner with them. You partner with them, you partner with the library, and all with, trying to really give families an advantage.
Right, absolutely. We also have Turning Point in our carriage house. They have open office hours. So if you're ever interested in learning more about recovery or Turning Point itself, come on down. Meet with their recovery coaches. They can give you a lot of great information.
And they hold meetings there too
Yep,
as well.
AA.
People are looking for AA,
Yep,
and do they do
AA.
NA still or just AA?
There's not a lot of NA meetings out there, but what
interesting.
I'm understanding, and I'm still learning myself, I believe even if there's other substances that you're struggling with, you're still welcome to go to AA. Same thing if you're a family member. They often suggest to go to an AA meeting, learn more about people who are in recovery, learn about what are people doing, how do people live, things like that. So.
Nice.
And then also Springfield Supportive Housing, we're very pleased to announce that they are going to be at Parks Place every Wednesday morning from 9 to 12. So if you're interested in learning about housing, if you're homeless, if you're looking for any kind of housing, come on down and talk to the individual that we have.
And it's not just, I think that when you say Springfield supported, people might think it's only for housing in Springfield.
Yeah,
I think
correct.
that's a good, it's for housing in Windham County
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
part like around here. So
Yeah.
that's just a point to make. So if someone's like, I don't want to live in Springfield, or
Right.
I want to stay here, they can still
Yeah.
receive help from, it's Kay, is it Kay?
Yes, yep. Kay and Tara, they're there. Janice, Bruby as well. So come on down, sit with them. They'll help with applications. They'll help fill out forms for a housing voucher. They're a very useful resource.
So if if you're new to that system and you don't know anything to do, this is the place to go.
Absolutely.
And actually, they have the knowledge base and the experience that they can guide you through the process.
Yep.
Right?
Because you were
Absolutely.
saying before the show that some places have, it's the same place, but they have different applications for different entities, and that can be
Right.
confusing if you're trying to just
Oh,
do it
yeah.
online or you don't know.
Or even just all the various government programs. I mean, it's
It's so
It's a lot.
confusing.
So
It's
confusing.
It's a lot to navigate.
It's very challenging for sure. Yep. So come on down and sit with them. And then on Thursdays, we have Vermont Department of Labor who comes all day long. You can stop on by. You don't need an appointment. They'll help you fill out applications for jobs. If you're want to learn more about their programs, they're there as well. So come on down.
And I'm assuming that, there's got to be a lot of jobs out there available.
yeah,
Because
I mean,
everyone's seems to be
complaining
looking.
that they can't find workers, and so I'm sure that
Yeah.
it would be
Yep.
to everyone's advantage to go.
Yeah, and they do have different programs too through the Vermont Department of Labor that can help you with different resources. So
And if you happen to if you're an employer, you could even check with them because they're a
Yes.
good source for people
Oh, that's a
who
good
are
point.
maybe have been out of work and are trying to get back in. They'd have like training programs and different ways of introducing people back to the workforce. And if you're an employer, you might want to go, hey, I could use somebody to do this or that.
Absolutely.
And it works. It helps you because we've used the program several times at Gross, and it was
To get
always
some, yeah.
it was always great. And it's good for both sides of the equation. It's like the employer gets to get some work done, and then there's a person who may get some work experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you recently had an age successfully health benefit, so that's a
We
little
did.
different, like genre. I don't know, genre, or I don't think that's the right word.
Yes. No, we
Different-
did. And it went
Different
really well.
demographic, that's the word.
Yes, we collaborated with let's see, the Bellas Falls Area Senior Center and the oh my goodness, I'm blanking on their name right now.
Senior Solutions.
Thank you, Senior Solutions.
I just guessed
Suzanne Birch,
because there's
thank you.
only like a few
I remember
senior
her name.
related. Yes.
And we had and she's been doing them all over the state. So it was really nice to be able to bring that into our town. But we're hoping to collaborate more with Senior Solutions around getting some of the programs that they might offer or help that they might offer into parks.
Because that's confusing too, because there's so much stuff out there that so many things that seniors can benefit from, but navigating the system, especially for a lot of seniors, current seniors, they're not so phone savvy maybe, or internet
computer
savvy, or
savvy,
doing online online savvy.
Right.
And even family members, sometimes if you're trying to guide your senior,
Absolutely.
you don't really know what to do. So I think that's a nice. And do they come are they coming in on a regular level, or you haven't quite gotten there yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's what our goal
Your
is.
goal,
for.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just I'm not sure. I don't want to take up too much time,
Oh, no,
but
you're fine.
You have all the time.
Oh, thank you.
Take your time.
I also want to make a plea for diapers, for our diaper bank. We are definitely in need of size 4 and up. So pull-ups, especially a name brand like Pampers, Huggies. So a little bit of that came from when the diaper bank, the largest diaper bank distributor in Vermont, had to close its doors because the funding from the legislator fell short. So we used to get diapers from up north, but we just don't anymore. And that's the same for a lot of other diaper banks.
I'll
So
bet,
Springfield
yeah.
Area Parent Child Center is struggling as well. So we are in desperate need. Thank you to the Rotary who's also helping us, but we're running very short, and we're running very short on wipes as well. So I'm making a desperate plea. We also take monetary donations as well. So if you want to donate through our website, that's available. But we try to give parents enough diapers to make it, for 2 weeks. No questions asked. We don't put a limit. We don't take any names. We don't take a lot of information. But we've had an increase of people coming in looking for diapers, and we're desperately in need. So.
And that you were saying that other locations do limit the amount.
Yes.
And like, how do you, how does that work for the family if you can only get a certain amount of diapers, but your
Yeah.
child needs more diapers than that? Then how does that then? Does it mean that kids just sit in diapers longer? And it just seems like a horrible
challenging
thing.
Or
I
you
think-
have to choose when you're at the grocery store. Do you get the organic apples, or do you get an extra pack of diapers? So it's challenging, and I don't think that limiting, I think unfortunately it's just due to lack of diapers, and they want to make sure. But
right, for
it's-
everybody, but still it
Yeah.
creates a problem.
Right,
Like, it's not meant to
absolutely.
be. It's meant to be to make sure that everybody has enough. But
Being a
still.
parent is challenging in general, but then having to choose,
Yes,
between
yes.
diapers or,
And you did mention to me one time, because Rotary, we did have a discussion because we are helping you with the bank, that you do a lot of times prefer the actual name brand because of skin sensitivity.
Correct.
Is that?
We do have a lot of families locally who come in and ask for Huggies or Pampers just because of what's in the diaper or how they're made. They're just extra sensitive.
So the generic ones are more could
could
tend to be-
potentially have a different chemical
and then
in them.
it's a
so,
sensitivity.
yeah,
Okay, just
yeah.
thought that was good because people might have been like, well, why do you have to have name brand? But
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a sensitivity for sure. Yep. So that's my plea for diapers. The other thing I want to talk about too is our Alice Southwick Children's Fund. We do take donations specifically for that fund as well. So Alice Southwick was a local businessman who donated time and money to help children's activities. I think we've seen his name with the lights on the football field, and we've seen his name on the scoreboard up at the rec. So he did a lot of things, donated a lot of money. So we have this children's fund that we named after him to help our local children participate in different outdoor or physical activities. So a lot of families come for pool passes or t-ball signups we had last year. We pay for those. And then we also partnered with the schools, and we helped fund some of the kids' fees for their winter sports. So if you're interested in donating that, just when you go online, just make sure you're right in the children's fund.
So you can go online and you can donate in general,
Yep.
or you can direct your donations.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yep. And with winter sports coming up, I know I got my sheet as a parent, so we just want to make sure that we let people know that is available, and we are working with schools to help fund that. So.
And so, speaking of children, just to get this in, to kind of preempt people, and maybe if people want to donate or people want to take on a child, you also do a big collaboration at Christmas time to make sure. Is that next on your
Next
list?
on my
Oh, I
list.
didn't even know.
You guys
That's
are
fun.
so
I just wanted to well, I was just
Yeah.
looking at the time, so I want to make sure we get it
Yeah.
in. We got about three minutes. So
Oh my goodness.
you want to talk a little bit about how that works and how people can help?
Yeah, so this is a huge collaboration with Chroma, the Rotary, and WNESU. So basically, we work together to provide children ages 0 through 18 years old with gifts during the holiday season. This was huge. Chroma, they do a huge drive anyway on their own, but we tried last year to work together to make sure that we cover those individuals who weren't in school or who aged out of their program. So we were able to provide for a lot more kids last year, which was really, really cool. So if you're interested, again, in being a shopper or wanting to donate toys, contact us. We'll put your name on the list. But
And I just want to clarify when it says being a shopper.
yes, thank you.
Did you do this?
Yeah.
Being a shopper, that means that then you are saying, I am going to shop and I am going to pay for
Purchase.
these, and not just, you don't just get to go shopping and someone else funds you. You got to make that monetary commitment. But it's
Yes.
fun.
It
It
is.
was so much fun last year. We had little one. Bill and I happened to get like a sheets for little ones. So it was fun to go. I mean, I haven't shopped for little ones in my family in forever. To go and the little baby clothes and the
Yeah.
cute little outfits and stuff. And I think last year we tried to do a combination of both clothing that was needed and a toy that was wanted. And like a book. I think those were we put some parameters on it last year so that kids were kind of getting a
variety of things, some
variety,
fun things,
an
but-
actual,
yeah.
like what you might, not just a present
Yeah.
that was randomly chosen, but something that they
Not
wanted.
just socks.
Right.
Yeah.
Although
Socks are
those
good.
socks are
Try
good.
them.
Socks were on the list.
They were, yeah.
They were on the list
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, gloves, jackets, things like that were on the list. So if you're interested in shopping for a specific kiddo, you're provided with not with any information, but
No
just
names.
what they like, their color, their favorite colors, or I think it's like a wish, a need, or a want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives you some good.
And I think we put I think last year it was about $100 per child. Is that what we
I think so,
estimated
yeah.
that the cost would be
Yes,
to get
yep.
to fulfill those things, so that again children were getting a little more targeted,
Right.
targeted to their specifically to them versus again just
Yeah. I know I'm running out of time.
Yep.
I just want to also mention that we are launching a new Secret Shoppers program, kind of off of that. So I can hopefully come back and talk a little bit more about
Okay.
that. But if you're also interested in participating in that program, please give us a call. All donations are tax deductible, as we are a 501c3. And the last thing that
they stay in the community. I
they
think that's
stay
a
in
big
the-
one too.
Absolutely. And the last thing is on October 30th, Parks Place will have our first trunk or treat in front of our building. So it's kind of like the back to school bash. We're going to close that street. and it's gonna be from 5:30 to 7. So we are looking for organizations that want to participate, but we also want to invite anyone down.
Oh,
who wants
that's
to come.
What's a trunk or treat?
Basically
fun.
we're gonna close the street down. There's gonna be different organizations. So we're calling it a trunk or treat, but we're each gonna have a table, and you're gonna hand out candy
Oh,
or
okay.
any any
Normally,
information.
you would have your trunk open.
Oh,
You would
okay.
decorate your trunk Halloweenish, and
Yes.
then maybe you'd be in costume, and you'd hand the candy out from your trunk.
Yes.
versus
Uh-huh.
your, so they don't have to come knock on your door.
Right.
Okay.
I think it was a
Safer.
pandemic thing, right? Did it start
was.
then?
I think so. I'm not sure. It might have, but
it
it,
might have
was
been
a,
before.
it's kind of like a safety thing too. So then
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
you're not knocking on random.
So if you wanted to sell watches out of the back of your trunk,
you
while
could
you're
do
there,
that
you
too.
could do that
and you
too.
could call it watch or treat, whatever. right? So we are officially
We're
out of time.
Sorry.
On that note.
All right.
Um,
Thank you for coming.
Thank
You always
you.
have so many things to talk about and so much to tell us. You should come on a regular basis, really.
I was just thinking how my face would look nice when your faces pop up if mine popped up.
Yeah.
So, maybe
That'd
make
be
myself
cool.
at home. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes, that's
You're
it.
welcome.
Bye,
Bye.
community.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. My God.